Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction video. My name is James.
I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be reacting to Death Note episode 17. So, we're in this weird in-between state where nobody remembers they have a Death Note and we don't really know what's going to happen. I don't really know where this is going. I don't know what angle they're going to play at this point. But yeah, apparently they told us that the Death Note already wipes your memory away. I don't know. We must have missed that or forgotten that. They give you a lot of rules in the show, so...
When you turn it back in, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's fine. I mean, look, they give us a lot of rules, so it's kind of hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, do you have any predictions as to where this is going to go? I don't know. It was kind of like a weird cliffhanger thing that I did not at all expect.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear to me that Light has a plan. So, and it's also like there's no chance that Light would give up the power of the Death Note permanently. He's too obsessed with being Kira and that amount of power. So he has a clear plan to get a Death Note back, whether it's the original one or the second one. He's going to get a Death Note back, and I also feel like it's going to work. Like, this plan is going to trick L. If L sees through it, I'll be really impressed. But I don't. There's no way. There's no way he's going to see through this, at least right away. Like, yeah. I actually think whatever Light's plan is, this is going to work. This is going to clear, at least temporarily, his suspicion, and he's going to get out. This is going to be a point for Light.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, let's obviously get into this. As always, the full-length reaction is going to be up on Patreon. The next reaction, Wednesday's reaction, is also going to be up on Patreon. And then, like always, because of copyright issues, we're going to be doing, there's going to be a free link in the description with the actual reaction. You guys can come back here to hear our thoughts. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, what? Okay, so Rem is backing... I'm assuming the CEO, the bald dude.
One of those guys.
I'm guessing him. Because it kind of looked like him when they showed the like little flash of the teeth and stuff.
Okay.
Why?
They have an Light thought out and like, look, Rem is motivated by freeing Misa.
But Misa is technically free now.
But there's another stage, like there's another big step to Light's plan that we don't know yet. Because Light is going to get the Death Note back. I guarantee that's part of his plan. This is something I think is so interesting. So Light is very different now that his memory of the Death Note has been changed.
Yeah.
Right? Like
why though? See, that's what confuses me, is I feel like I mean that could be revealing as to the almost seductive powers of the Death Note. Yeah. Because before we were kind of viewing it as just a Death Note, and maybe it still is that, but maybe it's more the seductive powers of a god complex of being able to kill people. But like I would have thought that his personality would have been more similar to Kira as we know him, even without the Death Note. Yeah, because he seemed to go pretty psychopathic from the get-go when he got the Death Note.
Yeah,
and so it's very odd that he has like a code now.
Well, I think that is just showing like how quickly he changed when he got that insane amount of power.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And that is kind of cool.
And that's the best shot, I feel like, that L has of figuring out that this is all part of a plan. Because he knows, I think he can tell something is off. And there's a part of this puzzle that he hasn't figured out.
Okay, so do you think there's a chance that Light is completely still faking it? Like somehow, we didn't understand the rules properly and he's actually just faking it.
No.
Do you think at all there's a chance, and that's why his personality seems like overcorrected?
No, I think they made it pretty clear last
I mean, I'm pretty sure too. I'm just saying
that
maybe.
He was like, I don't think he's that good of an actor. Okay. I think Daniel Day-Lewis couldn't pull off this performance from Light. Unless they show that he's been training in, prestigious acting academies since he was 4 years old. We see a flashback.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. So I don't know how this whole corporation thing is going to play out then. And I don't know how exactly that results in Misa's freedom. Because that's the other thing, is L pretty highly suspects Misa.
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem pretty obvious that whether she knows it or not, or whether she will quote unquote admit it or not, she was definitely connected to one of the Kiras.
Yeah.
Like, pretty clearly.
And I feel like whatever Light's plan is, he would have known that. So that is not a key part of the plan.
So how are they going to get her out of that? Because that is going to result in her freedom.
Yeah, I don't know. I am really clueless about where the rest of Light's plan, how that all is going to play out.
Yeah, and even Rem's like it doesn't seem like Rem is telling them who to kill. I mean, like, look, we don't know. We just saw a line, but that line at the end was kind of more like, it almost looks like she just gave them the death note and is marveling at the like evil of it.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, oh, I instructed you to kill these specific people. Yeah. So I don't know how letting some corporate people go on a killing rampage affects anything either.
Yeah, I don't either.
And even all the corporate people don't know, right? Clearly they're lying to some of them because they were saying that we can hire Kira, which is why I think it's the bald guy. Because he's the only one that didn't say anything about hiring Kira. And clearly one of them isn't hired by Kira because we saw Rem. So one of those guys in the room actually has the death note, and they're just lying about being like, oh, we're in contact with Kira, and we're doing this thing. It's really just they have a death note and they're killing people.
And at the end of the day, I feel like they just don't care since they're all making money from it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hoping we get more of this plan. I mean, that whole execution scene was so intense.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping we get a little more of this plan and see that play out in the next episode. I don't know. We'll see.
And what's going to happen when Light eventually gets a death note back? Is he going to snap, like once all those memories come back to him, is he going to immediately snap back to that personality? Or is there going to be, like, will it be a weird traumatic, like, getting these memories, he won't be still the exact same? Like,
yeah,
how do you think that's
it depends on how much he lives outside of that. I don't know. Like, if he builds up a genuine connection with Elle and the cops and is genuinely hunting Kira, then maybe that will result in kind of like a existential crisis. So I don't know.
I mean, is there a chance he'll feel guilty and won't believe that he was this person?
Possibly. I don't know.
And did Light foresee that? Like, what if Light gets the death note back and is partly horrified at what he did, and even though he remembers his plan, is conflicted about his choices?
Possibly. I think it depends on how much time they spend without the death.
Without it.
Yeah. But yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, Wednesday's episode is going to be up on Patreon, as well as the full-length reaction of this episode and that episode. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you all in the next video.